cut me up, cut my vocals up. They can't hear me in the streets. They can't hear me in the streets. I consider this talking loud because it's louder than I usually talk. Come on, baby. Or is it just loud and I don't think it's loud because the lines ain't big? Because watch when you get on the mic, yours going to be like super huge.
Mine
And
ain't
that's going to be a
mine ain't
problem.
no more different.
Cap.
Man, it's a little bit different, but it ain't that much more.
I ain't going to say nothing. You do it.
Nigga!
Stop. Drop. Close down. Open up shop. Oh. No. This how Rough Riders roll. Niggas wanna die. What? Niggas wanna try.
What?
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. All right. When you get straight, we gonna start it up. Too much sexiness in one camera. That's why. I'm too sexy for my shirts.
Shut.
Too sexy for my palms. Too sexy. I forgot the real words. It hurts.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Whoa, what a huss.
Sexy Tedeschi. She wanna molest me. Oh, you can't say that. And everybody, welcome back to another episode of That Guy and This Guy.
The podcast.
The podcast.
Did you just try to take my only part of the intro?
I did.
Hmm.
I be stealing. It's a chronicle thing. I
Hey,
need help.
It happens.
It happens to the best of us. But you know what else happens?
What's that?
The podcast.
And you know where they can catch us at on this podcast?
On all social media platforms.
At
That Guy and This Guy. And
Except
on X, That Guy and This Guy 8. If you haven't noticed, we have replaced Glenn with this belt.
It's a beautiful belt.
It's sexy. It spins. It doesn't talk back. And it's not loud. But no, Glenn is still out. And we miss him dearly. But he shall return.
Hold on. Speak for yourself. Yeah, I ain't been ganged up on pause. Whoa.
You wasn't supposed to talk about that on the podcast. And here you are.
I haven't been argued with by multiple people in multiple weeks, and I'm okay with this.
Well, I miss you, Glenn. So when you hear this, just think of this song right here. I really miss my weird girl.
So man, what's been going on? I feel like things are a little different because we don't work together no more.
I know.
So we don't see each other like as much as we used to, which I guess is good for y'all because we got more to talk about when we get together. But I mean, we went from seeing each other like 5-6 days a week to maybe 2.
Hey, it really don't affect me. I think it affects the environment more because mi casa su casa. But more importantly, life been lifing. But you know, we got an event that's coming up here in a couple days. You want to tell the people what that is?
Christmas.
Yes, it's Christmas. Exactly Christmas. So if you didn't get nothing on the 25th, guess what? It's going to repeat tomorrow.
Or as all of my friends in the Red Committee say, Christmas.
Oh, my goodness. Moving on to bigger and better things. It's New Year's, y'all. So y'all know what that means. It's New Year, new me.
Yep.
I'm making all the New Year's resolutions, and y'all gonna support me. I ain't gonna be the same Duran I was 3 days ago.
Man, I don't believe in that. I believe in setting goals, but like expecting to go from pissy drunk on the 31st to I'm changing my life on the 1st.
I am, because I'm gonna be toe up on the 31st, but I'm gonna be sober on the 1st.
Speaking of, let's throw these people off some. What you drinking?
I'm drinking Kool-Aid.
Okay. Me, on the other hand, it's gonna be hard for y'all to believe this, but I'm drinking iced pickle juice.
Pickle juice, mother. Oh, we in 3 minutes in, so I can't. Oh, we is
We are.
pickle juice, motherfuckers. You ain't never heard nobody say they drinking pickle juice.
I know.
Oh, ice.
I know. Y'all probably are like, pickle juice? What the hell? No. And real talk, It's the moonshine pickles, but I took some of that because it tastes straight like pickle juice, and it's fire.
Yeah, you know when he bought that jar, actually you brought it home. I thought that was the funniest thing ever because it's weird to see people drinking pickle juice. Because if you just looking at it, it look like we just brought some pickles down here and ain't nothing to put pickles on.
Mm. The pickles are nasty. I mean, y'all saw me eating one if you're watching the video, and that pickle tastes straight like moonshine, but the juice that tastes like pickle juice, and that's fire.
Let me tell y'all something. Them pickles came straight from the depths of hell. Because if you look at it, the pickle is still normal looking on the outside, but if you look at the part where the seeds was, it's like a whole. It's Power Ranger green.
Oh yeah.
That's to tell you that that pickle has been altered.
Oh yeah.
And once you consume that pickle, you too will be altered.
Oh yeah.
And yet we still got them.
Mm.
I'm not a fan of pickles. I'm not gonna lie.
I love them.
I only eat the crunchy pickles that go on the hamburgers. And the ones that specifically say hamburger dill pickles, those are the ones that I eat. Any other pickle, can't do it.
Look, I do sweet relish. I do
Oh my god.
hamburger dill pickles. I do pickle spears. My favorite are the sweet baby gherkins or jerkins or whatever you want to call them.
He likes the jerkins. He knows what it's called.
Gherkins.
Jerkins.
It's GHERKINS.
J-E-R-K.
This
I
guy.
feel the same way this man feels about bananas when it comes to pickles. I cannot eat them. I will see relish and just relish the fact that I'm not about to eat it.
No, I can't do bananas. I can't. It's still on the top 10. That's forever on the top 10
you can't
list.
eat apples and bananas.
Nope. I'm going to pass on that.
Nah, but I got lean in my cup. Listen to the ice.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I spilled it in my hair.
We don't promote illegal drugs on here.
Dang, I got it all over my shirt. That's crazy. Because I wasn't even swirling it like that.
But hey, you was talking about the new year.
I was talking about the new year.
New Year's resolutions.
I don't do New Year's resolutions either. I just try to do better, or just look at my life last year, move over to the next year, and it's literally just a day for me. It's not something that I wake up and I click my heels 3 times and I'm not in Kansas anymore.
So you ain't set no goals for next year.
No, none at all, not one, because I just feel like that's fake. To set a goal, why would you wait till the end of the year to set a goal when you could change? You got 364 days to change. You choose one day that switches over.
Well,
Until the
I mean,
next
it's
day to
not
change.
necessarily like the one day switchover. It's if you're setting it for like the next year, you're saying like by the end of 2024, this is what I want to have accomplished. I mean, those are what I consider short term goals.
But that's a goal, not a resolution. A
That's all
resolution,
That's what I would look at a resolution as, is more of a goal.
yeah, but then resolutions never get accomplished because we about to. This is about to happen. It's about to be an influx of people at the gym for no reason.
Yeah.
But I can't get on no machine because Sarah want to be on the machine, knowing goddamn well she not gonna be here in February.
It's only for the first 2 weeks. After the first 14 days, everybody give up.
You're not gonna be there, and then
They keep paying for that membership for 6 months, but they ain't gonna show up.
we about to get all these people that be nice for 2 days, and then they go back to cussing somebody out on the 3rd day. Like, so what's the purpose of really saying you're gonna do something? And just because you cut off one person from your life, you think that everything is fixed.
Right.
It's not how it works.
I'm cutting off all my fake friends, only real ones. Girl, you still hanging with Keisha, who been sleeping with your ex-boyfriend, and you know about it, but you don't want to address it. Come on now.
I don't know. I just been there and done that. I just literally just strive to be better. I'm already striving to be better right now. Like, I've already taken some steps to better myself. You take some steps to better yourself, and we haven't talked about exactly what it is, so we gonna keep that on the hush, as the kids like to say these days. You just gonna have to wait till we pop out.
I'll throw mine out there.
You can't do that because then they'll know what I did.
No, I mean like my goals for 2024.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, so I mean 2023, honestly, before we end this year, my whole goal was to be an overall healthier version of myself. I went to the doctor. I took care of some medical stuff that I'd been needing to talk to them about. which was good. Got on the right medications that I need to be on, because I'm overweight. And then I got into therapy, and that was a big part of just the mental health part for me was the therapy. Being a black man in America and dealing with what we have to deal with, especially after what we dealt with growing up. And a lot of people might be like, "Oh, a lot of people deal with it." What? It's different. It hit different. I'm telling you, it hit different. Um, I think one of the biggest things that surprised people is when I tell them, like, dead ass, I've been pulled over 40 times in my life. I'm pretty sure you was with us. Like the Van Chronicles, we got pulled over so many times, and never got a ticket. Not once. How you get pulled over that many times and never get a ticket? I don't know. But we'll let y'all take it for what it is. I have my ideas. But that's just part of where we grew up in, the things we saw, and then not being able to really have anybody that could relate to that except for the people who you went through it with. Um, which somebody described it perfectly as you have your struggle friends, like not your struggle, your survival friends, and then you have your growth friends, right? And that some friends are there when you struggling and going through that survival tactics, and y'all bond because y'all are both surviving and y'all have to get through this and y'all have to grow. And then he was like, then you need that second layer of friends where these are your growth friends, where after you out of the struggle or you've gotten to a point where you can manage that struggle, then you build these friends that help you grow to where you need to be, right? And some of your survival friends, they're gonna grow with you, and some of them they're gonna still stay in that survival mind state, right? And that don't mean y'all ain't friends no more. It just means that you focus on growing, and y'all goals don't align anymore. So like when y'all see each other, y'all still cool, y'all still talk, y'all might chop it up, whatever. I look at it like that. Like we had some survival friends, who honestly are still trying to survive, and I truly wish the best for them, and anything I could do for them, I will. With the caveat that they have to show me that they're doing just as much for themselves. You got to want it as bad as I want you to want it. And then we got the growth friends, and I'm glad you're here with me, bruh.
Yeah.
So 2024, my goal to get around all of that is I'll put the number out there. I'm like 320 pounds, maybe a little more, give or take.
Pure
Um,
beefcake.
and I hold it well, but it's still a lot of weight to be walking around with, right? So my goal is to lose minimum 60 pounds by the end of next year, which I think is attainable. I'm kind of getting in that mindset already. Don't mind the pickle juice.
I feel like we needed a soundboard so we could have the crowd button where you push it and everybody start clapping.
Yeah, I might pipe those in.
No, but that was for real. That was real stuff. But keep going. I'm just saying.
But
I
yeah,
just had to
no,
say something.
I mean, that's that. I want to continue with my 2023 goals in 2024, right? So all the health decisions that I made, all around, I want to continue, but then also add on to that, like now that mind wise, I'm in a healthier space, because some of the stressors that I did have that I didn't realize were as big as stressors are gone. I wanna take that energy and put it towards really focusing on getting in better shape. I want to dunk on my nephew. That's my other goal.
Mm,
I want to dunk on him, like not at the house court. I want to take him to a real 9 foot, 10 foot goal. I want to dunk on him back in the day.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, my New Year's goals consist of me just increasing my mental capacity and just being a better version of myself for my family.
Yeah,
In short, layman's terms, and also expect to increase my knowledge of deadly karate moves by the end of 2024. I've been being lazy, y'all.
y'all think he joking? He dead ass serious.
Like I fell out of practice, so it's time to get back to it so I could do something. But yeah, I really, really want to do that. I got some stuff cooking in the background, but I gotta wait on it. It's gonna be worth it, and I'm gonna just keep growing. So with experience and growth, so does my hair grow. As I can see, we just growing it out.
Oh yeah, that's my other 2024 goal. I'm gonna get locked up before the end of the year. I'm gonna get locked up.
TBD. We gonna
Me,
see.
me and Glenn.
We gonna TBD. We gonna see. But yeah, man, there was a point in time where I didn't even want these.
I remember you used to be braids. It's hard to imagine you with braids now, but I remember the braids.
Yeah, and want the fro and all that. But I had to switch it up. Get a lion's mane. I don't think I'm gonna let them grow all the way down my back though.
Let them hear you roar one time.
My aura roars for me. But more importantly, so today I on my job I met a football player, and he was an older football player. I don't know if you may have heard of this gentleman, but his name was David Versier. I'm probably pronouncing his last name wrong, so if I am, I apologize. But he used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals and for Tampa Bay back in the '80s,
Yeah.
and they actually made it to the Super Bowl, I think, or yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl. He told me around the '80s with the Cincinnati Bengals, and he showed me some of his highlight clips on YouTube. And it's pretty cool. And interestingly enough, he actually came out of his first round draft pick,
Mm, that's crazy.
and he went to Wyandotte. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Don't beat me up, bro. He went to Sumner, and he
Ugh.
graduated from
Wait,
Sumner.
Sumner. So I'm cool with Sumner. I'm cool with Sumner.
He did. He went there, and then he went on to graduate from KU, and then he got drafted. And I thought that was pretty cool because he's like local, hometown. We from Kansas,
But he came back too.
and he came back. He came back after all that.
That's the hard part because a lot of people leave, but they don't really come back.
Or they don't give nothing back. He actually gave money back to the school so that they can get better equipment, and it came with a little golden football and a Super Bowl plaque.
Nice.
I don't think they won, but the fact that
Nice.
they got that was pretty dope. They gave him a copy so that he could have one, and then they gave the school the copy to put in their trophy case.
Man, I
So
never paid attention to that, and I've been to Sumner a few times.
I thought that was pretty dope because he was just like an average person to me until he started explaining it. And then when I got to looking at him, I was like, you know what, that's cool. And it's cool to see people come back and live in their hometown after doing these things. And he stayed away for a little bit, obviously, because he was still living in Cincinnati. He told me he was a cop for about 12 years, ironically.
Damn, this man was hold on. He was a Super Bowl level football player, first round draft pick, and a
Mhm.
cop.
Yeah. It's funny because he said when he became a cop, they was like, they put him in the worst neighborhood because they was like, now you can catch the criminals that we couldn't catch.
He just running around tackling motherfuckers.
He was still in shape. He was hitting people with full on football moves.
They're like, damn. When Officer Versa come out, boy, y'all better just lay down.
Ain't no point in running. But yeah, and he still came back to Kansas after that. He told me that sadly his career dwindled down from the NFL to the police force to just coming back is that he caught some injuries. So he had a nice little, arm tattoo like how I got on my arm, and it prevented him from continuing his professional career. They get the legs and stuff tore up, so he had stuff there. But man, he still looked good for his age. He wasn't limping. No, he just had a scar. That's all.
He got to be what in his 70s now.
Yeah, it definitely don't look like it at all. He's way he had to be like 6'5". So this tells me that when we see athletes on TV, that it's exaggerated to make them look normal, but these are giants. These people are tall.
Yeah, that's crazy. They talk about like some of these quarterbacks being small because they got to see over the line, and then you meet them in real person or you see them like in interviews, and they be like, "Yeah, he's 6'4", and you be like, "And y'all calling him short?"
Like, wait a minute, hold on now. Wait a minute. He don't look like a normal person. He looks different. So that's why superstars and people stand out. Unless you just generically short. So like Kevin Hart, a little person.
But
Look,
that's like his thing too, though. Like Kevin Hart is bigger, pun intended, is bigger because he's like this super short comedian.
I mean, look at Lil Wayne. My man been short all his life, so little literally applies to him.
Lil Wayne ain't Lil no more though.
Nah, he
That
ain't.
face done
Yeah,
plumped
I
up.
don't know what he got going on, man. I hope he's all right though. 'Cause I need the bars until he can't bar no more.
I mean, he's still spitting.
So speaking of, before we move on though, so he made a statement. Now you be hating on my boy. You hating on Future super hard.
Mm.
He said, out of the words of Lil Wayne mouth, that one of the greatest mixtape was not his own, but Future's 56 Nights. And I know you saw that comment.
I really didn't because, it's hard for me to believe
He said it.
because everybody who knows Lil Wayne knows that Lil Wayne don't listen to nobody but Lil Wayne, and he tells you that in every interview.
He say that, but that's what he said in the interview when they asked him straight up out his mouth. He said it. He didn't name himself. And then they asked 2 Chainz, and 2 Chainz obviously named Lil Wayne himself. And then I think he named Young Jeezy for a mixtape.
Jeezy had a cold mixtape back then.
So it was the motivation.
No, the Motivations was albums. He had mixtapes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I can agree with that. And if you wasn't around for that era, you just had to be there.
The whole mixtape era was different. They don't have it like that no more.
Yeah, just crazy. And then it's like when you think about it, Lil Wayne was in the first and the second era of mixtapes. Because the first era was just like straight absolute uranium. It wasn't gas. It wasn't fire. Uranium. Plutonium. It had to be
Lil Wayne has been rapping over 4 different decades right now.
crazy.
The 90s, the early 2000s, 2010s, and now he's still rapping in the 2020s.
And then second mixtape phase, we had people like Young Jeezy, Gucci.
That was the Atlanta phase. It was all Atlanta.
Yeah, it was, and
So,
we had left from.
I think what we failed to realize is that first mixtape phase was Lil Wayne and Houston, because nobody did it bigger than Lil Wayne and any of Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Chamillionaire, Lil Keke, Slim, like all of these Houston rappers.
Big Pokey.
Yeah, was blowing up off of mixtapes. And then Houston got their shine in the mainstream, and that's when the Atlanta artists, the like T.I. was big back then, or coming up back then, but that's when the Jeezys and the Gucci and all of these other Atlanta moguls now started to do their mixtapes and drop them, and people was listening.
Absolutely, but we got to shout out some of the hidden gems. Then some of the hidden gems consist of Chip the Ripper.
Oh yeah,
the Joker.
The Joker.
And then there's one more that I'm missing. I don't know. It's not Wiz Khalifa. It's somebody else.
Wiz had some good mixtapes.
Wiz Khalifa snuck up with Sledgerin and was doing his thing, but it was somebody else that was there that we know that was doing mixtapes that was fire. Right now, that it escapes my mind.
Soulja Boy.
Let's just talk about how people just don't even know about the Bay Area music no more.
Oh yeah,
we just forget about all that stuff. We just credit it to who's being credited to Bay Area music
right now. Biggest one right now is either gonna be The Game, YG. But these are all like California artists. But when we talk about Bay Area,
it's not the same. Without Mac Dre and the Jagger, it's just something different, and it don't sit right with me. Burner is still doing music, and then his music has been extra fire. My man been living a tragic life. And Pacino, definitely somebody who don't look like how they sound, and he been holding it down. My man always seemed like he got an exciting story to tell, whether he rapping or just talking to you.
Hey man, to this day, like one of my favorite Bay Area rappers is gonna be San Quinn. And everybody used to talk about like, oh, he ain't even a bad man. To me, San Quinn like could tell a story and catch you, and it's just like him talking. he having a conversation with you, but rhyming. That's what his rhyme sounded like. It always caught me,
Imagine a conversation between San Quinn and E40.
man. Ew. Let me flip these burgers on you real quick, man.
Let me lay down these gypsies on the tip top of the flip flop. You heard me? Uh,
Hey, so speaking of work today, you you met your football player.
I did.
We get to our last 5 minutes of work, right?
5 minutes.
Everybody know what that last 5 minutes is. Like you telling people, whoever's in the building, you want them to calm down, finish up, get out of there. Don't nobody else better walk in here with nothing complicated. This lady walk in with something complicated. She come in and she go, I went to Olive Garden yesterday and I gave them my debit card and my gift card for Olive Garden that I got for Christmas. They came back and only gave me the gift card and kept my debit card. What do I do? So my guy goes, yeah, you should probably call them and make sure they still have it first. So why we got to tell a grown, like 60-year-old person to call the place that you were eating at to make sure they got your debit card? But she calls them on the phone with them for 15 minutes. So now it's like 10 after we close. On the phone with them for 15 minutes, cursing them out. I want to speak to your effing manager. This is ridiculous. I shouldn't need to know who my server was yesterday. I'm telling you my name. You should have my card in the back. This is ridiculous. Full on Karen moment. Gets off tells them, you know what? I'm coming up there because I need my card today. The bank is going to be closed this weekend. Okay. So she she goes up there, or she says she's going to go up there. Gets off the phone. She is talking mad shit to my employee about this Olive Garden. Goes to put her ID back into her wallet. Her debit card sitting right there. She put it in a different spot in her wallet. Literally cursed this employee out. Told them how terrible their Olive Garden is, only to have it in your wallet.
You know how lazy it is not to look for your items full on before you go yell at somebody?
It's ridiculous because now I'm like, are you gonna call them and apologize? Like, what's gonna happen here?
Nope.
You're just gonna let it go.
Nope. Yep.
You're just gonna leave that out there in the
We
air.
ain't admitting fault. We just killed the human with a whole car. It was like, nope, didn't do it.
We were all looking at her like, damn, lady, you tripping. But she got up out there. She was embarrassed. She turned red. She turned red. Got the hell out that building.
I would too. Now you in the car. I gotta tell you. You know, she told somebody. I just couldn't believe it was in the spot next to where I usually put it.
Yeah.
And I could have sworn I looked there and I didn't, and I see it, and I'm like, no, you lazy.
She probably put her gift card where the debit card goes, and put the debit card where the gift card goes.
Why you putting the gift card back in there? Put it somewhere else.
It wasn't. I mean, there was still more in there.
Put it somewhere else.
I don't know. I don't carry a purse.
I carry a purse.
Okay. I'm gonna let you.
You know I don't carry no purse. So I don't even know why you're entertaining that. More importantly, man.
If that's what you call it, I'll let it be.
No.
Hey.
No. Listen.
All right. You see what they doing to Russ?
I don't know. Ain't they benching him right now?
Yeah. So they're benching him because he wouldn't restructure his contract.
Was that so they could have a better salary cap?
Yeah. So mind you, that's like you knowing that you about to get fired from your job, and they come to you 2 months ahead of time and be like, "Hey, can you take $2 less pay so we can put that onto this new position, so that we can hire somebody to take your job next year?" Would you take that?
No, why would I take that?
Yeah.
Why don't you just tell me I'm messing up so I can try to improve?
It ain't even that he's messing up. He's like the 8th best quarterback in the league. There's 32 quarterbacks. And with all the injuries, it's probably more like 52 quarterbacks that have played this season. Russ is the only one so far who's played from game one. Well, not the only one, but one of the only ones who's played from game one up until the most recent game. Him, Patrick Mahomes, very few that didn't have to sit out. And they bench him, my boy.
I don't know. He gonna have to do something.
They said if he gets hurt, it's because if he gets hurt within these last two games, he gets an additional guaranteed $37 million for being injured. So they're saying pretty much they wanted him to restructure his contract so he's not guaranteed that money. And he said no. So, and this happened after the Chiefs game, like when we beat the Chiefs. So they let him play like another 4 or 5 games. And now that we're in playoff contention, they're just like, you know what? We're going to sit you down, start this other guy. As long as this guy can throw the ball downfield and actually get it caught, I'm okay with it. But if we lose against the Chargers on Sunday, if we lose, there's going to be a lot of pissed off people in Denver.
I mean, speaking of like football and quarterbacks and all that good jazz, like, bro, I know you don't like the Chiefs, but what the heck was going on Christmas Day with the Chiefs and the Raiders?
I don't dislike the Chiefs. I just hope y'all lose 2 games a year to us. Outside of that, I like the Chiefs. But
I
that game was ridiculous.
You can't lose on Christmas Day.
I mean, one of them had to technically.
I mean, you can, but you can't be the. You can, and then you lost
But
at
you
home.
lost at home.
And you lost to the they're still rivals, right?
Yeah.
You can't, like, you just went. You said, you know what? I'm going all the way ham on everything I could do wrong today.
Bruh.
Messed up grown ups Christmas.
So the Raiders, the last 2 games the Raiders played, they've dominated. I'm not saying that against the Chiefs or nothing, but like they had the one game where by halftime they had 42 points. They ended the game 63 to 21.
Yeah.
And then they turned around with the Chiefs and they played that game and they looked good again. The Chiefs could have came back and won that, didn't. But it shouldn't even been that close of a game. Let's be honest, Patrick Mahomes just don't have the targets. They double teaming Kelsey. Rashee Rice looks good, but he's still a rookie and still learning these routes and running the routes. And then outside of that, it's like Patrick Mahomes he's a track star out there. They are on his ass. And this man is running as much as he can. And there's like 3 other players that he throws it to that drops at least half the balls that he throws to him.
Which is crazy. You practice with this man, you got to know his antics and the way he passes. He gets some quick passes off, got some trick plays, throws the deep ball. You got to be able to get out there and get to it. He's gonna make a way for you, and we've seen that. But just to see the wide receivers just perform badly like that was crazy. I just couldn't believe it.
Tyreek Hill was his deep ball guy. Watson is now another person that's can do some deep balls, pause. And MVS.
You gonna do these deep balls?
MVS, it's hard to say because he drops just as many as he catches. So, if these players caught more balls, then Chiefs would be 13-2 right now.
So you think they're gonna get a spot in the playoffs?
It's hard to say. It really depends because they play the Bengals next, right? So if the Bengals win that, and the Broncos or the Raiders win, like we're right on the Chiefs ass.
I mean, I don't know, because like Joe Flacco, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
He had a good game. My man was out here playing like he had something to prove.
Yeah, but thankfully none of them will play him again this season. Maybe we'll see what happens in the postseason, but right now nobody has to play him. The bad part is Flacco's probably only here for this year. And then he's going to retire and sit out and wait for somebody else to need him again, and he'll come in and he'll play his ass off again unless it's for the Broncos, because that's when he doesn't play.
That's crazy. I forget he was the quarterback there.
Yeah.
Man, if he was doing that for the Broncos, he just did in the last game, I believe y'all would have been a force to be reckoned with.
Well, right now, Chiefs are 2 games ahead of the Raiders and the Broncos. And there's a chance they could lose both of those games.
Crazy.
They play the Bengals this week, and then they turn around and play the Chargers again.
We beat the Chargers last time, right?
Not the Chargers. They play the Raiders again to end the season. So it'll be a rematch, but this time it'll be in Vegas. The Broncos,
We got to win.
we play the Raiders this week. So that'll really tell whoever wins that game will really tell who's going to be in contention with the Chiefs. And then we play the Chargers our last game, which, I mean, theoretically should be a win, but we'll see.
I like how you said theoretically.
The way that Chargers been playing, we should win that game, but it'd be just our luck. The backup quarterback throws 4 interceptions or something.
I'd be pissed.
Man, I ain't got no M out of asshole this week.
It's probably for the best. But you know what, man? It's been a nice episode that we had. You know, a little back and forth, a little camaraderie, a little here, a little there.
It's been a chill episode.
Throw your hands in the air. You know, it's funny. I was saying that this is gonna be the chill episode in my head, and the fact that you said it, man said that this episode is gonna be called the chill episode.
The chill episode.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Nothing over the top, nothing crazy, and gave y'all something slight. You know, something to go into the New Year's with. Think about us. You know, remember, new year, new you. Just everybody just gotta do better. I know a lot of people got some bad news during the tail end of the year, and it's just been like tragic. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like think like the worst thing I heard, but like the best thing I heard was when how I even started talking to Mr. Brashear was he was telling me about some of the losses that his family took, and they had like 6 people going within a week.
Man, that's
and
crazy.
Like immediate family members, and I was like, I just wouldn't even be able to function as a human. So for him to come in and just be able to talk and be happy and still look forward to something just made me feel like, you know, whatever I got going on, I can push through and then just appreciate stuff a little bit more. I've been appreciating it.
Man, it's crazy because in a lot of situations, like people focus on like the negative that's going on at the time, and I'm not downplaying what everybody's going through because you know it's different levels and the capacity to handle that is different with everybody. But then sometimes you hear like some of the struggles that the next person is also going through, and you're able to not only empathize but be like, man, how are you? Like, I know what I'm dealing with, but how are you continuing to stand and smile and walk through this? And it's amazing, man. Just how people push the strength.
Yeah, they find a way. But yeah, man, this Kool-Aid starting to kick in, so we just gonna go ahead and end this episode with a hullabaloo and happy New Year's to you, bars.
Whoa. Y'all don't forget to follow us on all social media.
You got to do it like the YouTubers. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you. You know where you can find us at. Go ahead and click that button or smash that button, and go ahead and find us on That Guy and This Guy on all social media platforms. That Guy and This Guy on X.
And if we get 1,000 followers and listens before next week's episode,
Michael will take his shirt off,
and Duran will cut his hair off.
Think of my face.
Hey, And so with that, next week, Glenn will be back.
Potentially.
Glenn will be back,
Potentially.
and we turning up because it's the new year.
We turning
New
up.
year, new me.
Glenn ain't even gonna look the same no more.
I know. I mean, when him battling this sickness, he probably lost 50 pounds. He ain't have taste. He couldn't taste nothing. He couldn't really smell nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And now I'm also probably going to be not here the next episode because I just broke HIPAA laws. So, yeah, I'm probably getting fired. Thanks, Glenn.
Yeah, he gonna do this quick 10. He'll be back. Free him. Let's free me till you see me.
Whoa. All right, y'all. On that note, we will see y'all and you will hear us next year.
Next year.
Happy New Year.